Welcome back, dear students. Today we'll continue the topic, that is respiration in organism part 2, biology for class 7. So till date we have studied about the plant, that plant will perform the process of photosynthesis in which the plant prepare their food in the form of glucose by using carbon dioxide and water in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll, right? But we know that plants are also living thing, so the plant also do the respiration. So we'll see the respiration in plant. So in respiration in plant, the plant by taking in oxygen and release, the plant also do the respiration by taking in oxygen and releases out the carbon dioxide. The plant use this oxygen for breaking down the glucose, and this glucose was the result of the photosynthesis, and this glucose will break down in the presence of oxygen to release the energy. But as plant is performing the respiration, but plant do not have such any special organ for the breathing like us. So what it do? So the exchange of carbon dioxide and water takes place through the small hole on the underside of the leaf and green stem called the stomata, and about the stomata we have already studied in the previous videos. So if you compare the rate of exchange of gases in plant and in animals, so it is much slower in plant as compared to the animals. So next, if you compare the photosynthesis and respiration again, so the respiration will occur day and night, while the photosynthesis occurs only during the day time, because the process of photosynthesis occurs only in the presence of sunlight, and the process of respiration doesn't depend upon the presence or absence of sunlight. Okay, so in this picture you can see in first picture the respiration and photosynthesis takes place, both takes place, but the photosynthesis always takes place in the presence of sunlight. So the respiration doesn't depend on the presence or absence of the sunlight. It will take place throughout the day and night. Okay. Then if we compare the respiration with photosynthesis, so we can call that the photosynthesis is just the river of respiration. So how cellular respiration? How? So in the photosynthesis, as we already seen, the plant will use the carbon dioxide and water in the presence of chlorophyll and sunlight will form the glucose, which is the food for the plant, and also the oxygen. As we see here, food for the plant, glucose as a food for the plant. So after preparing the food, the plant need to use this food, plant need to eat this food. So how it will eat or consume this food? So there is a oxygen required for breaking down this food so that it can produce the energy, so that plant can produce the energy by the process of respiration, and also it will produce the carbon dioxide and water. Okay. So we can say here the photosynthesis, the reactants of the photosynthesis will form the product glucose and oxygen, and the reactant of the respiration will form the product, that is the carbon dioxide and water as well as energy. Okay. Then respiration in plants. So each part of the plant we know perform the respiration independently. If you see in the root also, the plant will perform the respiration. If you see the picture, this is the root, and these are the root hairs. Okay, so the root hairs are the cells of the root hair are much thin than not thin. The arrangement of the root hair are very cells of the root hair are very thin, or we can say it is the one cell thick root hair. Okay, one cell thick structure. So you can see around this root hair there is a soil particles present, and between these soil particles air spaces are present, right? So this air spaces is trapping the oxygen. So when the plant is performing the respiration, so the root will intake the oxygen through these air spaces. Okay, so this oxygen will go to the site of the respiration, and which is the cell, that is why it is also called as the cellular respiration, at the site of respiration, and in return it will produce the carbon dioxide, and the carbon dioxide will follow the same path and releases out from the root hair and get trapped again into the between the soil particles. Okay, so this exchange of gas will takes place by the process of simple diffusion. So what is diffusion? See here, in the diffusion, the movement of particle will takes place from higher concentration towards the lower concentration. So the if you see the oxygen, if the concentration of the oxygen will higher outside the root, then only it will move inside. Means where the lower concentration of the oxygen is there. So there is a movement of particle from or molecule from higher concentration towards the lower concentration, that is from outside the root towards inside the root. Okay, then same in carbon dioxide. If the concentration of carbon dioxide will increase inside the plant, then it will automatically move out to from the plant, where from the higher concentration towards the lower concentration. So this is the process of diffusion. Okay, one more time we can see the movement of molecule or particles from the region of higher to the region of lower concentration. That is the diffusion. Now we'll see the example in the mangrove tree. Okay, so the here it is a picture of mangrove tree. So the mangrove tree, that it is growing in the swampy area. You can see here it is a these are the mangrove trees, and these are growing in the swampy area. But there is some speciality, or we can say some adaptation takes place by this mangrove trees. As we know that root the tree is growing in the swampy area, so that root which is inside the swampy land is not able to take the oxygen, or is not able to perform the exchange of gas. So what it do, this mangrove tree will grow some special type of root upward direction, into the upward direction. So here it is a picture. This is a trunk of this is a mangrove tree, and you can see here that it is a root. It is a root of the mangrove tree which is growing inside the water, and this is the normal root of the mangrove tree. And if you see that mangrove tree the mangrove tree adopted a special type of feature, that is the aerial root. It is having the mangrove trees are having the aerial root. So what is the use of this aerial root? This aerial root have the small pores, right? This mangrove root or this aerial root have the small pores. Through this pore only the exchange of gas will takes place. So this is the special type of adaptation can be seen in the mangrove tree. One more time, see, this is a tree, this is a mangrove tree growing in the swampy area. So the roots of the swamp that will grow in the swampy area, this normal root will not able to perform the exchange of gas. So for this, the mangrove tree show the special type of adaptation in which the mangrove tree is growing the root in the upward direction, right? So this root is also called as the aerial root. So what is the use of this aerial root? This aerial root which grow in air, है ना? This is the air part, this is the water part, है ना? So the mangrove aerial root have the small pore, and through this small pore the exchange of gas will takes place. So this is the special type of adaptation can be seen in the mangrove tree. Now waterlogging. What is waterlogging? When when you overwater the potted plant, okay, or by any means the water the potted plant get overwater, by this the water replaces the air. By this the water replaces the air in the soil, so that by which the root cannot breathe. So this condition of overwatering overwatering is called the water logging. So it is advisable that the potted plant should not be overwatered. And this overwatering will reduce the rate of exchange of gas through the soil, and this will result in the rotting of the roots. So that's a day for the students. I hope you understood the topic. In next class we'll continue our topic, that is the respiration in animals. Thank you. Have a good day.